We start the pilot in the year 2030, as an old man, Ted Mosby, tells the story to his kids about how he met their mother. The old Ted Mosby, of course, being played by the late, great Bob Saget. We then see Marshall Erickson planning to propose to his wife Lily. He's with his best friend Ted Mosby, who is the younger Ted Mosby, played by Josh Radnor. Ted makes a joke about Marshall and Lily having sex on the kitchen floor, which does come back around later, but let's continue the story. We find out that Ted, Lily, and Marshall have been friends since basically the first week of college. And Ted is contemplating his life now that his best friend is getting married. And he's going to be busy calling one of his best friends, Barney Stinson, played by Neil Patrick Harris. We get the first instance of the iconic line, "Suit up," and Ted walks down to the bar. It is also here where we get the first instance of the iconic line,
"Have you met Ted?"
No, we're not playing Have You Met Ted.
"Hi, have you met Ted?"
We then meet Lily, played by Allison Hannigan, who is Marshall's fiancée-to-be. Marshall seems very nervous to propose to Lily, and we get a funny back and forth where Marshall is scared to open a champagne bottle, which he eventually does, hitting Lily in the eye. We then cut back to Ted, where he sees Robin, played by Kobe Smulders. Marshall takes Lily to the hospital, and Ted takes Robin on a date, where he sees the most iconic blue French horn. Ted gets back from the date and is ecstatic because Robin seems like the perfect woman for him. Unfortunately, Robin has to leave due to a jumper on the Manhattan Bridge, and Ted missed the opportunity to kiss Robin because he chickens out like a little bitch. Ted calls Barney back, and I just want to pause for a second here because when I went to go play laser tag for the first time, I perfectly recreated this scene. Take a look.
Hey, Alex, I'm not playing laser tag. Playing laser tag is awesome! Oh, I killed you, Connor. Don't make me get your mom. Hey.
Back to the episode. We probably get to the most iconic shot in the entire series, and Ted goes upstairs to Robin's apartment, where he says the one thing that will mess him up with any future chances with her.
I think I'm in love with you.
What?
What?
Ted leaves her apartment, and there's this long, lingering look, which was probably the perfect time to kiss her, and everyone in the entire group agrees. He asked her about it years later, and yeah, that was the perfect time to kiss her. And we get the big twist reveal of the pilot episode.
Because that, kids, is the true story of how I met your Aunt Robin.
Aunt Robin?
I thought this was how you met Mom.
So overall, for the pilot episode, I'd give it a solid A. Episode 2 starts off with Ted saying that even though he confessed his love to Robin, he's completely over her, only to then immediately see her at McLaren's, the bar that they go to. Robin says that she's looking for something casual, so Ted tries to accommodate for that. After staging a chance encounter at a bodega where Robin is reporting a story at, Ted decides that he's going to fake having a party to try to see her later that night. Later at the party, Barney gives a statistic that most likely that in New York, every party, there's one girl that doesn't know whose party she's even at. So he finds this one girl who, for simplicity's sake, I'll call her Works with Carlos girl, because she says that she works with this guy named Carlos, which none of them know. Ted insists that Robin will show up to the party, and she eventually doesn't. So they then throw another party later that night to try to get her to show up at that one. At the party, Barney sees Works with Carlos girl again, after not wanting to see her after a one-night stand. And so Barney then delivers this extremely clever line, which I thought was just genius. Take a look.
I was trying to think, what's the quickest way to get rid of a girl you just met? I think I'm in love with you.
What?
Thanks, bro.
Robin, spoiler alert, doesn't show up to that one either. So they throw yet a third party, this one being pretty boring, and Marshall flips out at Ted.
Parties for some girl that you just met who's probably not even gonna show up. I mean, where is she, Ted, huh? Where's Robin? Hi. Hi, Robin.
And at this party, we finally get to meet who this Carlos guy is. Oh, hey, look, it's a Punisher. Next, we get this back and forth shot of the kid playing the crane game and Ted wanting to get Robin, which I think is some great symbolism for the episode. On the roof, Ted and Robin realize that they both are just better off as friends, and Robin joins the friend group. Overall, I have to give episode 2, Purple Giraffe, an A-.